But
That's
a
the
Jeremy
job that I
Corbyn
want to
leadership
do.
would have a great impact on your ability to do that. And I mean, you are well known as a leading Blairite. Do you not agree with Tony Blair's analysis in The Guardian?
Look, I think that Tony Blair's analysis risks being a distraction to the mayoral
So it might get
contest.
Jeremy Corbyn more votes.
Ian, I'm sorry. This is this is a game you'd like to play all the time.
I'm playing it.
We're here today, exactly. We're here today for the benefit of your listeners to talk about talk about the campaign
Tessa,
to be
it's
Mayor
a
of
simple
London.
question. Was Tony Blair right or wrong?
Look, Tony Blair is perfectly entitled to write whatever he likes.
Was he right or wrong? It's a simple question.
Listen, I've told you, I've answered the question.
No, you haven't. I want a yes or no.
Which is that the Labour Party will not be
You're doing an
annihilated.
Yvette Cooper and Andy Burnham and Liz Kendall. That's what they did in the Labour leadership debate. In this studio, they wouldn't give me a direct answer.
No, well, you said to me...
Diane will give me a direct answer in a minute.
Well, I know Diane will. Diane's got form on this. But the fact is, the Labour Party will not be annihilated.
OK, all right. Diane.
Look, Tony Blair led us to one of our greatest ever election victories in 1997, after a period when people thought we could never win again, and you can never take that away from him. But he's quite wrong to say, well, he's quite wrong to intervene in this way. I think former Prime Ministers need to be careful about intervening, and he's completely wrong to say the Labour Party will be annihilated. And the danger is his intervention will prove to be completely counterproductive.
I want you to look me straight in the eye, and I want you to tell me that you believe that Jeremy Corbyn is electable as Prime Minister of this country.
Jeremy Corbyn is electable as Prime Minister of this country. And you know what? He'll bring back Green voters. He'll bring back some of the Lib Dem voters that weren't sure what to do. And even some UKIP voters. If you take away immigration, many of them are people who feel the Labour Party left them. They didn't need the Labour Party.
You don't need those voters to come back to you. What you need is Conservative voters that used to vote for Tony Blair to win seats in the south of England and London.
We cannot afford to disregard the voters we've lost to the SNP in Scotland, to the Greens on the south coast, and to UKIP or to the Lib Dems. We can't disregard them. Of course we've got to get Tory voters. We've also got to reconsolidate our base. And this idea of turning Jeremy into a bogeyman, this crazed bogeyman, and there are billions of Bolsheviks with snow on their boots joining the Labour Party to subvert our process, is just nonsense.
Now, I don't normally bet, but I'm willing to have a bet with you, 20 quid now across this table. Are you willing to take it on that Jeremy Corbyn won't be Prime Minister in 2020?
I'll take the bet.
Shake my hand. Welcome to the London mayoral debate on LBC. I'm Ian Dale. In the next 60 minutes, the four leading Labour candidates fighting to be London mayor are here to